Now, the rest of the story.
Good morning. Brittany just left after dropping off breakfast. And I'm out here. This is the third farm. I've been putting corn on since yesterday at, was it 3 o'clock? No, yesterday 3:30 is when I started. And I've been running non-stop. So this is 6 o'clock in the morning in southwest Wisconsin. And we're planting into soybean stubble, so it's no-till. And I guess a bunch of lime from last year. And I just wanted to make a video to actually show what the Schleigels are doing when they go through. Ryan's cows are all mad now. They actually zipper the ground shut, so they actually it presses it as they come down around. It's pressing that ground into itself, and it makes kind of like a zipper. And the one thing I really like about it too is that with that wave in front of it. Oh, okay, you didn't see that. Let's go over here. Which this might have been a bad example, because you know why? This is a high traffic area after they spread that lime, so no-tilling into it's probably gonna mean getting my seed placement right. Oh, there we go. I didn't disturb it. That's what the challenge is I shook it a little bit, but for a fact. There we go. I can't do this with one hand. Well, it's 2 inches down, which is actually, the thing was deeper than that, but I just can't do it. But with that wave rolling over the dirt on top of the seed, and then the Schleigel closing wheels coming down and closing the trench even better, I'm really happy with it. I don't want to say issues. We updated, or Andrew updated the monitor, so there's a little bit of a learning curve there. Not bad stuff, it's just as new features like the smart path, where it automatically generates your next pass itself without having to make an identical curve or an AB line or anything like that. And there's a bit of a learning curve to it, just getting used to it and what works best. And I've found on some parts of certain fields, this is actually an AB line, just a straight back and forth AB line. I lined the planter up on each end, so down over the hill and down over the hill. It's actually a fairly long pass. I drove it, so yeah, it's kind of a time burner, but being able to have a straight pass to run off of is kind of nice. Plus there is that curb appeal. I know, sounds kind of stupid to be worried about curb appeal, but you gotta look at it all summer. I kind of want it to look nice. So 24 passes down through here. I'm 15 acres in on this field, or this farm. Oh, and Brittany'd be impressed if I forgot breakfast, right? But the ground is good and dry on top, where the planter is doing a wicked awesome job of getting the seed in the ground. Now, starting last night, I went through and changed the planter over. Started yesterday noon. By the time I got everything back from the farm, I finished beans on. So it was 3:30 the morning before yesterday, or yesterday morning, when I finished putting beans in. And brought the truck home. Dad and Ryan and I went up, got the 46, the 76, and got everything back to the home farm. Dad went and harrowed. Ryan, he ended up cleaning off the 82, get all that hydraulic oil off of it. He went and worked around. So that left me to go through and change everything over on this, which is fine, because by the time the fertilizer showed up, I'm gonna put this up where I'll see it. By the time my fertilizer showed up, I was actually sitting right about where I needed to be by the time I went through and I greased it and washed the back window and whatnot. But not having air conditioning in that tractor is taking its toll on me, because yesterday wasn't quite as bad as the day before, but with 90-degree heat outside, humidity, and even so, to add even more insult to injury, I think one of the blower fans is going. So on top of more parts, the lack of airflow, the ability to move any of that hot air in the cab around even, so it just gets stale. I do open the one window up. I don't want to really open up this other side window because all my cables and wires, and the back window, I don't really want to mess with it, because all that dust from the tires is going to whirl up right into my face, and it's just not worth it. And I want to talk to you guys because I'm catching up to Ryan. I woke him up here. I called him at like 5 o'clock, so I didn't really think I was going to be this close to catching up with him. And this was the only strip that's no-tilled. The other soybean strip had a lot of fertilizer put on it, so we have a sod strip there he needs to work, and 2 strips over that way he needs to work up. And what I really, that's a good sign. It's amazing how hard it is to do stuff one-handed once you actually have to do it. That might be kind of tricky. About a third, maybe a quarter. I'm gonna have to go get more seed, because I only had enough seed allotted for this farm for 30 acres. According to the monitor, I have 44, so I gotta go get some more. Luckily enough, another farm does have the same number going on it, so I'm gonna steal from that pallet and then just get it shipped back to me, or see if I can't get a replacement from Andrew. Perfectly good example of how this wave system works. Maybe we'll go to this end so I don't have the wheels or anything on in my way. Carl's asking how I liked everything on it. It's a Cadillac setup. I like it. I like it a lot. So the reveal wheel, I have this set more aggressively compared to what I was doing in worked ground. I had it in the raised settings, so the tire was actually lower. I have it set more aggressive to make sure that I'm getting as much of this material out of the way as possible. And you see, still not 100%, but I'll take what I can get. It's infinitely better than the road cleaners we had before this. So once you get through your road cleaners, and I do have them set a little bit more aggressive to do a little bit of a low-key style of tillage too. What I mean by that is it's breaking open this. So granted, it's no-till, but you are kind of getting through that surface layer. That's the top. And with the potential rain that they say we got coming, I'm a little worried about, not so much on the no-tilled stuff, but the stuff that Ryan's currently working, it's soybean stubble and sod and a fair amount of fertilizer or manure. I am a little worried about how much rain we get in regards to if we get a really hard downpour and then it gets hot again, which it sounds like it's not supposed to get as blistery hot, but it's still gonna get fairly warm, like 70s and 80s again. So this is like right down in the thick of it. We have the seed trench, and there we go. Seed trench. We have the seed firmer. If my camera will focus for you guys. So that's helping press the seed down into the trench, and the wave is coming along and it's taking a slice out of that sidewall right there, and you can see it's pulling it over on top of the seed trench. And my complaint with the soybeans is, it's not so much a complaint, it's just a matter of fact that I don't plant the beans as deep, which in result means there's less surface area, or there's less area of this the wave actually contacting the soil. So just dropping it down another ½ an inch gives it that much more dirt to work with, and I've been like super happy with how it's actually closing the ground with the wave and a combination of the Schleigels. The planter has been a gradual work in progress. I mean, I hated the rubber closing wheels. I mean, absolutely despised them. You can't keep them straight. I went through and I got all these straightened out when I went through and put the waves on, but the problem is with these deer, with these setup, they pivot too much, and I've fought and fought and fought, and I'm just, the reason I like the Schleigels is exactly right here. It's not just 2 rubber closing wheels. See, that's what the rubber closing wheels would do, and then you have to have them so they're just right, so it's pinching that seed trench together. It's terrible. In our soils, they just, no, any kind of moisture and doesn't work. This makes more of a footprint. You see what I mean? So this whole area is being impacted, moved with the Schleigel closing wheel, and I don't worry about this so much anymore, because on corners and whatnot, it still is able to close the trench. It gets the seed firmed in, any air pockets or anything that may be in the soil. I mean, even less so now with the waves. I was really contemplating, even with the Schleigels, before we put the waves on, still doing the drag chains. I'm convinced I don't want to do it, because now with the waves are doing what the chains were going to do, as far as making sure that that seed is just completely covered. And now I feel like if we did chains, I'd be cussing the chains because they catch on everything. And I don't want headaches when I plant at all. I mean, I want to be able to get in the planter, I want to drive. So the way we've been set up, I mean, fairly reliable. It's just with the weather we got, we're not that late, all things considered. It feels like it compared to previous years, and that's why with this rain coming, I pushed as hard as I did, and we're 100% done on soybeans. Hopefully the 14 acres I was threatened with that I might have to replant is gonna be okay, especially if we do get some of that rain this afternoon. And we're gonna be, if I get this farm done, I was what, 105 when I started this farm. So yeah, I'll be 150 and some change here when I finish this place. And then the next problem is gonna be, I don't know how much fertilizer I got left. I don't know how soon I can get it, because I need to go tap the fertilizer tank one more time to finish this farm up, just barely, because I'm not filling the tank all the way full. If the tank was full, I could do 40 acres. Problem is, I'm not filling the tank full, because if I fill it full, you get that run out of the top cap. No matter how hard I tighten that, it finds a way to get out. So product is product, and I don't want to waste it. And at that rate, if they're calling for rain at 1 o'clock, I'm not mudding anything in. I mean, I got a strong enough start on corn right now that when it dries up again, I mean, go at it level-headed, and I think we'll be fine. It's just that initial panic of it's coming up on mid-May, they're calling for rain, and we have 0 corn acres in. But I'm feeling a lot more comfortable now, even if we do get a little bit of rain. I think we're good. So I got to keep moving. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Take care. Take it easy. Keep in touch. I'll talk to you later.